but we know this Jerusalem gets destroyed in this time period. And they're like, man, we would have been happy. So they're saying the opposite. I'm assuming if they thought they would be happy there, they're like not happy now. So they're complaining. And we know that the people who were in the land of Jerusalem were a righteous people. For they kept the statutes and the judgments of the Lord and all his commandments according to the law of Moses. Wherefore we know that they are a righteous people. And our father hath judged them, and hath led us away, because we would hearken unto his words. Yea, and our brother is like unto him. And after this manner language did my brother murmur and complain against me. Man, I don't know how much longer I can take these brothers just talking trash, beating Nephi with a rod, tried to kill him twice. Now they're talking trash on the father and him again after all these miracles. It keeps going. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, spake unto them, saying, do you believe that our fathers, who were the children of Israel, would have been led away out of the hands of the Egyptians if they had not hearkened unto the words of the Lord? Oh, Nephi hits them with the truth. He's like, don't you guys remember we used to be slaves in Egypt? Do you think we would have been liberated by Moses to the land of Jerusalem if it wasn't for the hand of God? Ooh, okay. Yea, do you suppose that they would have been led out of bondage if the Lord had not commanded Moses that they should lead them out of bondage? Now, know ye not, now ye know, okay, sorry, that's kind of a funky one. Now ye know that the children of Israel were in bondage. Yeah, they were slaves. And ye know that they were laden with tasks, which were grievous to be borne. Wherefore, ye know that it must needs be a good thing for them that they should be brought out of bondage. He's like, yeah, man, we know that our ancestors were slaves, but Moses came and saved them through the hand of God. And now ye know that Moses was commanded of the Lord to do that great work. And ye know that by his word, the waters of the Red Sea were divided hither and thither, and they passed through on dry ground. So if you guys don't know that story, that's in the Old Testament. Okay, Moses leads the people out of Egypt as he says, let my people go. He leads the children of Israel. They cross the Red Sea. Okay, he parts the waters. It's a miracle. And Nephi's like, don't you guys remember that? And they they passed through on dry ground. But ye know that the Egyptians were drowned in the Red Sea, who were the armies of Pharaoh. And ye also know that they were led with manna in the wilderness. Okay, so he's hitting them with more miracles that happened to the children of Israel. That if you don't know the story, after they were journeying, after they left and crossed the Red Sea, as they're journeying to Jerusalem, the Lord is providing them with manna. So food is like falling from heaven. And they're gathering it and they're eating it. Incredible miracle. Yea, and ye also know that Moses, by his word, according to the power of God, which was in him, smote the rock, and there came forth water, that the children of Israel might quench their thirst. So he's hitting them with another miracle. So manna is dropping from heaven for the children of Israel in Moses' time. They cross the Red Sea. Moses uses his staff to strike a rock, and water comes out. So he's like, don't you guys remember all those miracles that happened to our people? And notwithstanding they being led, the Lord their God, their Redeemer, okay, he's saying their God, the Redeemer, Jesus Christ, going before them, leading them by day and giving them light by night, unto them by night, and doing all things for them which were expedient for man to receive. They hardened their hearts and blinded their minds, and reviled against Moses and against the true and living God. So he's like, hey, despite all those miracles, they hardened their hearts, the children of Israel, and they went against. And hey, here's another miracle that you guys, if you haven't read the story of Moses in the Old Testament, it says that the Lord did go before them, leading them by day and giving them light unto them by night. So the children of Israel are led through the wilderness by a cloud, I believe. And as the cloud leaves, they pick up their tents and they follow the cloud. And I believe that the cloud gives them light. It guides them by day and it gives them light by night. So that's what he's referring to. I don't know if it's the cloud necessarily, but I know they were following something, whether it's, I would just say cloud, but it could have been just like a, manifestation of God. And it came to pass that according to his words, he did destroy, okay, hold on, I skipped something. And it came to pass that according to his word, he did destroy them. And according to his word, he did lead them. And according to his word, he did do all things for them. And there was not anything done save it were by his word. So God was in charge. helping the children of Israel, getting them to the promised land. And after they had crossed the river Jordan, he did make them mighty unto the driving out of the children of the land, yea, unto the scattering them to unto the scattering them to destruction. So when they came to the land, the promised land here, there was people here. There, I believe it was the Canaanites in the Old Testament. You can read it. And it says that God made them mighty unto driving out the children of the land. So there were wicked people in this land, and when the children of Israel came, they drove them out. They drove them out, and they took possession of the land. And they scattered them. And now, do ye suppose that the children of this land who were in the land of promise, okay, so this is the land of promise. I'm going to have to redraw this, guys, because this is awesome. Nephi is gangster. He's awesome. Okay. Anyway, I'll let it load. But he says, and now, do you suppose that the children of this land that were in the promised land, who were in the land of promise, who were driven out by our fathers, do you suppose that they were righteous? Behold, I say unto you, nay. So Nephi's like, hey, the people that were there that got driven out when we showed up, do you think they were righteous? Do you suppose that our fathers would have been more choice than they if they had been righteous? I say unto you, nay. He's like, hey, I don't think we would have been able to take that land if those people were righteous, but they weren't. So God gave it to us. Okay? So if anyone's like, hey, God doesn't, sometimes use force and authority to accomplish his means. Yeah, unfortunately, for the people that are wicked, he does. Behold, the Lord esteemeth all flesh in one. He that is righteous is favored of God. But behold, this people had rejected every word of God, and they were ripe in iniquity, and the fullness of the wrath of God was upon them. And the Lord did curse the land against them, and bless it unto our fathers. Yea, he did curse it against them unto their destruction, and he did bless it unto our fathers, unto their obtaining power over it. So, guys, children of Israel, he's just explaining what happens in Moses. They leave Egypt, cross the Red Sea, see tons of miracles. They show up. There's people in the promised land. They're wicked. Nephi's like, hey, if they were righteous, we wouldn't have had power to take them out, but they were ripe with iniquity, which if we look that up, it just means they're very bad people. They're wicked. And because of this, the land was cursed. They were kicked out, and the children of Israel came, and they took over possession of the land. Same thing happened here. Nephi goes to the promised land. The Lamanites and the Nephites separate, okay, later. Then the Nephites get exterminated later, and the Lamanites take over all the land. They are cursed because they're wicked later, and the Gentiles come from England, all the people seeking religious liberty and are Christians. They come to this part of the land, and they scatter the inhabitants that are there because they weren't righteous. And this is just a way to look at it. Do you think the people that were in the land when the Americas was colonized, when people came, the Gentiles came, do you think they would have been scattered if they're righteous? No. God's saying he does not esteem one people over the other. He just he blesses those that are and helps others. He blesses those that are righteous, and he helps them prosper. So incredible. Now, behold, the Lord hath created the earth that it should be inhabited, and he hath created his children that they should possess it. Okay, so there you go. He just brings it back to why is the world here? So it can be inhabited, and so his children can possess it. So God's children can possess it. And he raiseth up a righteous nation, and destroyeth the nations of the wicked. Okay, so if nations have been destroyed in the past, potentially they've just been wicked, according to what he's saying. And he leadeth away the righteous into precious lands, and the wicked he destroyeth, and curses the land unto their sakes. So he's leading the righteous unto promised lands. That's what we're seeing right now in this story. There in Jerusalem, Lehi is taking his righteous family to another land with a boat. This is what Nephi is talking about. So are there other people that have been taken to other lands that we do not have records of that followed God? Yes. Okay? The Book of Mormon is record of that. The scattering of Israel. There's more stories in the Book of Mormon of other people that were in the land throughout the 531 pages. Now, is it possible, again, that there's other people that went other places that God sent them? Absolutely. Okay? People only believe that the Bible is the only communication that God has ever had with people that have ever lived on this earth. I know the Bible's true, but I do not believe it's the only communication that God has ever had with children since the beginning of time. I believe he's talked to everyone, I believe he's talked to many people, not everyone, a lot of people, a lot of prophets. And there's just so many books we don't have access to. They're all probably in the ground or destroyed. But we're going to get more, as foretold. And he leadeth away the righteous. Okay. And he ruleth high in the heavens, for it is his throne, and the earth, and this earth is his footstool. And he loveth those who will have him to be their God. Behold, he loved our fathers, and he covenanted with them, yea, even Abraham. If you don't know Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, it's in the Old Testament. God made a covenant with them that he would always remember them, and their posterity would, their descendants would prosper. And he remembered the covenants which he had made, wherefore he did bring them out of the land of Egypt. So that's a testament to the covenant that God made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The posterity of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were the children of Israel in Egypt. And because God remembered his covenant with their children, their posterity, he freed them. And he's going to continue to do it through history. But unfortunately, the children of Israel are hard-hearted a lot of the time, and they have to go through a lot of affliction to remember the Lord their God. And he did straighten them in the wilderness with his rod, for they hardened their hearts, even as ye have. So he's comparing the children of Israel to his brothers. He's like, yo, they've hardened their hearts after they saw these miracles. So have you guys. And the Lord straightened them because of their iniquity. He sent, Nephi's just hitting all the miracles that the children of, so he was very versed with the scriptures, the Old Testament, what happened in history, like with his people. Because right here he gets to another miracle. He straightened them in the wilderness because of their iniquity. He sent fiery flying serpents among them. And after they were bitten, he prepared a way that they might be healed. And the labor which they had to perform was to look. And because of the simpleness of the way, or the easiness of it, there were many who perished. And they did harden their hearts from that time to time, and they did revile against Moses, and also against God. Nevertheless, ye know that they were led forth by his matchless power into the land of promise. So what's happening is he just said, hey guys, you also remember God sent fiery serpents, and they were biting the children of Israel, and they were all dying because they were the God was trying to straighten them up by basically saying, hey, you need to repent, you need to look to Moses, you need to follow my commandments, or you're going to die. So they're all getting bit by these snakes in the wilderness. That's my snake. And Moses takes his staff and he puts it in the ground, and then I think he puts like a brass serpent at the end. And all the people have to do is they have to look, and they're healed. So that's it. And this, by the way, this is symbolic. The serpent on the staff, that's symbolic of Jesus Christ on the cross. All you have to do is look unto Jesus and you'll be healed. It's the same thing. It was a symbolic act that God had with the fiery serpent. Sends them down, they get bit. He puts it on the pole, the snake's on there. It's symbolic of Jesus Christ in his sacrifice to heal. Incredible, right? Like all these things that tie into each other. Now, if people don't even believe the Bible is true, or don't believe like what I'm saying is true, like this is just the greatest story that is ever pieced together in history. Like it's incredible for all those that don't even believe in God. This is, I don't know what to tell you. It's just too much to come together for this to be something that's not true or made up. So the fiery serpents are sent, and all the people have to do is look to be healed. Because of the easiness and the simpleness of the way, or the easiness and simpleness, there were many who perished. So many people did not look because it was too easy, and their hearts were hardened. But they were led by the matchless power of God. And this is a very long chapter, but I'm just going to say it's fire, but that's kind of a dumb way to say something's awesome. But hey, anyway. And now, after all these things, the time has come that they have become wicked again. Wicked, yea, nearly unto ripeness. And I know not, but they are at this day about to be destroyed. So it's 8 years later. Nephi's like, I don't know if they've been destroyed. Our father said it was going to happen. Maybe at this day they've been destroyed. For I know that the day must surely come that they must be destroyed, save a few only, who shall be led away into captivity. Nephi's telling the future. This is literally what happens. They do get destroyed. There's an exile into Babylon. The Babylonians take over. It's literally what happens in the Old Testament. Okay. Wherefore, the Lord commanded my father that he should depart into the wilderness, and the Jews also sought to take away his life. Yea, and ye also have sought to take away his life. Wherefore ye are murderers in your hearts, and ye are like unto them. It's true. His brothers are murderers in their hearts. And Lehi did get commanded to leave, to depart into the wilderness. That's why they're here. Ye are swift to do iniquity, but slow to remember the Lord your God. Whew. Ye have seen as I told you guys earlier in this video, Nephi is about to hit him with the truth of all the miracles he's seen. Ye have seen an angel, and he has spake unto you. Yea, ye have heard his voice from time to time, and he hath spoken unto you in a still small voice. But you were past feeling, that ye could not feel his words. Wherefore he has spoken unto you like unto the voice of thunder, which did cause the earth to shake as if it were to divide asunder. If you don't know what divide asunder is, that just means to break in half. Guys, yeah, an angel spoke to him, and the Spirit talked to them, but they were past feeling. So God had to talk to him with the voice of thunder, where the earth would shake. And ye also know that by the power of this almighty word, he can cause the earth that it shall pass away. So God could just destroy the world if he wanted to. That's what Nephi's saying. Yea, and ye know that by his word, he can cause the rough places to be made smooth, and the smooth places shall be broken up. Oh then, why is it that ye should be hard in your hearts? Behold, my soul is rent with anguish. Another word, rent. If you don't know what that means, it's just like to tear. Okay, rent with anguish because of you. And my heart is pained. I fear lest ye shall be cast off forever. So